Good evening, everybody. John with you, and welcome back to my channel. And Sunday evening, the day after Halloween, the evening after Halloween, as I'm taping this, having a little cocktail. Had a few Zoom calls. Been kind of slightly busy day, and I am in need of an adult beverage, so I'm having one in this lovely cup here from the Kahuna Hut. Or no, Kahlua Hut. Kahlua Hut, my mistake. It's just iced tea. My autumn iced tea with some rum, but so not a Long Island iced tea. I don't know what you call it. A Hawaiian Island iced tea. Anyway, it's time to talk about my candle empties for the month of October. Now, I was burning candles pretty much night and day, it seems. And yet, I don't seem to have that much to show for it. I don't know exactly why that is, but let's get started. Go through some of my empties. Now, I did go through a box of Botanica tea lights in yellow honey. And these were fine, although they were metal, like with the metal rims. And I would say, to me, what does it say here? Does it give a time for them to burn? Like I didn't even look. No, it doesn't say how long they expect, what the burn time is on them. But these actually seem to be noticeably shorter than some of the other ones I've been using. I would say these wouldn't really burn a whole evening. They seem to last maybe like 4 hours and then they would go out, which is okay. But I sort of like ones that maybe last a little longer because I tend to light something just around dinner time or 6 o'clock or something, and then want it to, really would like for it to burn until like 11 or 12. So they were okay, but you know, whatever. I would maybe start paying attention to see if they list how long their burn time is. Okay, and now for wax melts, the only thing I went through was this Woodwick pumpkin butter, which I got at a dollar sale at Walmart. It's a clearance. And I have to tell you, this was so amazing, so strong. Literally, it's like a knock you out of the apartment melt. So strong, like a 9 or a 10. I mean, just, I'm sure people passing by could smell it on the outside of the apartment, or my neighbors behind me probably could smell it. But just a very spicy pumpkin scent, very spicy. Hot cinnamon, like hot, whatever those things are called, those hot, red hots. Hot cinnamon and pumpkin. Loved it. I would so totally get more if I ever see these on sale again. I would get as many as they have. This was amazing. Now for candles, I have a couple of things from Haven Street. I have this one, which I picked up for $7.99 at Ross. It's called Pumpkin Spiced Cider. Cute sort of country packaging, wooden lid. It's 2 wicks, white wax. There's a little sooting, but I didn't trim the wick. That's usually me at the end. I'm just not trimming it. This one was okay. It was not very strong. I would say it was maybe like a 4 or 5 as far as like throw goes. But it is a nice, again, spicy. It's very heavy on the spices. Spicy, a little bit of like a apple cider scent, just a little bit though. Mostly it's more of a spice kind of candle to me. And I liked it, but like I said, it would have been nice for the throw to have been a little bit stronger, but it was good. Another one I got that was Haven Street was sweet candy corn, and I loved the picture, and it looks like the vase is colored a little bit too, but actually the wax was tri-layered, like yellow, orange, and white. This was a softer, like soy wax, and it was $8.99 at Ross. Oh yeah. And it was a nice candle. Maybe like a 6, a 5 throw. I would like for it to have been stronger. I burnt this because it kind of got lost out here in the big room, but when I would burn it in the bathroom or the foyer, like you could really smell it in that more smaller space. Did really well in the bathroom and was pretty strong in the bathroom, and I loved the scent of this. It's just a very simple and very accurate and true candy corn scent. It smells just like candy corn, which I was very tempted to get some this year. I mean, I can still get it. Probably get it super cheap in the next couple days. But I'm diabetic, so I'm trying not to eat that stuff. But I do like candy corn a little bit. Maybe I could get a little package or something. This was nice, so I was happy with this one. Again, I would like for it to have been stronger, but it was really cute, really pretty burning, and it did smell really good. In a smaller room, it definitely did well. Next, a Bath and Body Works candle. Well, this is an old standby. Pumpkin pecan waffles. Maple syrup, golden waffles, pumpkin spice, brown sugar, and it is basically all of those things. I think most of us are familiar with this scent, pumpkin pecan waffles. It comes back again and again and again, and many, many candle people love this scent, and I'm no exception. I love it. It's just a waffly, syrupy, pecan-y, spicy goodness, and it's so gooey and juicy, and it is very strong. This is definitely like a 9 or 10. I mean, the whole neighborhood can smell this thing when you're burning it, I'm sure. So good. No performance issues. Now, there is wax in this. That is... Actually, I just put the last bit of it on the electric warmer, and then as I was done with other things, I would chunk up the very last of it and put it in. So this has some of everything I've been burning this month in it, and I've kind of just been keeping it on the warmer, and it still smells. So I think it's got a few more nights I'm gonna or days or nights, and I'm gonna keep this thing on overnight or whatever on the warmer and let it scent the apartment with a little bit of pumpkin cider, candy corn, pumpkin apple goodness, whatever. It's got a little bit of everything in it. The last candle that I burnt during the month of... oh, I didn't show you the lids. I mean, like, the lids really matter, but... Let's see. I don't even know. That was the candy corn. That's the pumpkin pecan waffles. This was something else, probably from last month. I don't know. Finally, I went through an entire Village Candle Fall Festival. Now this one, there are no scent notes on this. I guess I could have looked it up. I don't know why I never think of it until I'm looking at it like, oh, I should have looked up the scent notes. But this is a nice candle. It's a Village Candle, 2-wick, burnt orange wax. You can't see any of it now. I got it on clearance a year or two ago for $5 after the fall. Really delicious smell. It is definitely like a leaf, kind of that dried, leafy smell to it. There is a spice, a little bit of a spice, pumpkin spice note, sort of. And absolutely, to me, there is caramel in this. I don't know what the scent notes read, but there is, like, to me, a fairly strong sort of caramel element here. And I would lastly say something that's kind of like fresh air, a little fresh air scent, like it is outdoorsy, as if you were at like a fall carnival and you were stopping at the caramel popcorn stand or something, caramel apple stand, I don't know. Yeah, maybe getting a caramel apple. I didn't have any of those this year. That sounds really good too. Caramel apple. Actually, though, I have to say, this one, I had some performance issues with it. It kept getting sort of puny wicked about halfway through. And I, poured wax out a few times and it just would go right back to it. It never did fix itself. And then as a result, there was very little throw on it about halfway down. So what I did at that point was I just stopped burning it and I chunked it up. And I took all the chunks of the wax and melted them in my tea light warmers, which I have several of, to use up all of the wax. And a lot of times anyway, sometimes the throw is better on a tea light warmer than it is in the actual candle. But in this time I would say that's not true. It still was not a super strong thrower. Even as a melt, it was maybe like a 5 or a 6. So it was okay. It was present, but not something that you really went, whoa, when you walked into the room or were lying there reading and taking a deep breath and you're kind of like, okay, there's a little something happening somewhere, but not maybe a lot. So it was okay though. I was happy with it. I just wish it would be, I want every candle, it's just me, I want every candle to be like a 9, you know what I mean? An 8, a 9, a 10. I want them all to be super, super strong. I want them all to be so strong that I have to put them out after an hour or two because they give me a headache. That would be the perfect candle. So then I could have like 3 or 4 different kinds going and just extinguish one and light the other one that was giving me a headache. I hope your Halloween was a good one. Mine was actually very nice. I just sort of stayed at home, and then I, at the last minute, decided to go out because they were advising us not to go out and to avoid it. I could tell walking through Waikiki earlier in the daytime, just going out for a walk, that they were preparing for a crowd in case they thought, because they had the barriers up by the streets and things to, because Waikiki at Halloween usually is like a Mardi Gras, like thousands of people come out in costume, thousands, and parade around in various states of costume dress and undress, and it's quite fun, and I really enjoy it. And I always go out on Halloween in a costume, something scary. I like to do something scary. And I have a costume that I wear every year. I change the mask every so often, but it's the same outfit. Covers me head to toe, gloves, mask, everything, wig, everything. I'm completely covered. I have a long floor-length velvet, black velvet robe with buttons and whatever, so, and some sort of creepy face. So, yeah, it was like 9 o'clock and I wasn't really going to go, and it just kept bugging me that, I just want to go out for like half an hour and just go walk the street and see what's happening, see if anybody really goes out, or if most people did stay home, or what happens. And I felt safe because I was, like I said, totally covered up, and I wore a mask underneath. So it only takes me like 10 minutes to get in that costume. I mean, I know it. I just boom, 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 out the door. And I live in Waikiki, so it's a block away. And I'm glad I went, because I do have kind of a thing in our family, not our family so much, but just me. It's like I'm very into Halloween and the origins and roots of it, and it's like that. It's kind of the Druid or Celtic New Year to the ancient people, of which I am descended, and it's kind of a thing that this is like the night when the veil between the worlds are thin, and the spirits of all the people that have passed on this past year sort of come up and are in your midst, and it's decided on this night what you will be reincarnating as. That's the old belief, whatever. And trick-or-treating, I mean, we could have a whole lecture about this, but trick-or-treating in the British Isles kind of evolved out of that idea that you put scary images up and they carve turnips, pumpkins, gourds, whatever, with frightening faces, and you would decorate your house in a frightening way to scare away evil spirits that were out that night. And if you didn't really do anything and you dress up and be scary and go out and supposedly scares scary away, which I don't really understand, but that's the idea. So you go up and go out in your scary outfit, do tricks or treats. And if you don't dress up and if you don't put any scary decorations around your house, then you're kind of like inviting the evil spirits in to ruin your year upcoming. And God knows this year has been enough of a disaster. So I felt like I'm not going to feel right if I don't go out in a scary outfit and scare people for a little bit. I'm not going to feel right. So I decided to go, and I went out for about half an hour, and I'm glad I did. There was hardly anyone out. There were not very many people at all. Less people out on the streets of Waikiki on Halloween night than there would be on any day that you would go to Ala Moana Shopping Center, which is really saying something. You know, there were not very many people out. So, but I'm glad I went. People enjoyed it. There were some people out, and a lot of people take my pictures when I'm dressed up like that. You know, people take pictures of costumes they like. So it's kind of a fun thing. And I'm glad I did it. So that was my Halloween, and I hope you had a nice, safe one. Yeah, that's it. So please subscribe if you want to see more. And if you have had any of these candles or any experiences with them, please leave comments in the comment section. I love to hear from you. Have a good week, and we'll see you in the next video.